What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Ray, and welcome to another fantastic This Week in Reselling podcast. And guys, this one is an absolute banger. We had Liz with Colorado Reworn here on the podcast, and this is so good because she is like an eBay ambassador. She literally just got off the plane from visiting eBay headquarters, and that is not a joke. That is legitimately the truth. And on this episode of the podcast, she tells us everything that happened on eBay Open, all the keynotes, all the misinformation. There's rumors going around that are not true. So she clears all that up. So we're going to break it up into 4 parts. I don't know which part this is because this is going to be on in the beginning of all 4 parts. So shout out to Liz. I hope you enjoy this. This is our first 4-parter episode. And I'm super excited for you guys to listen. A lot of great value. You're going to want to listen to all the episodes. And so make sure you follow Liz. All her stuff will be down in the description below. And shout out to all the channel memberships, Mike Mecco Meetup, and Gem Flipper. Guys, the channel memberships are up and about. So if you guys want to be part of the Flip family, yes, I just made that up. Make sure to hit the channel memberships and you get behind the scenes exclusive podcast videos. So with that being said, enjoy the episode. Love each and every one of you guys, and God bless. Peace.
It's all just built in,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a question, Liz. Do you know what the average age of an eBay seller is?
I don't.
79.
Well, that's the reason why I asked, because I feel like, I don't know, maybe like a third are people that are retired, elderly, maybe like on a fixed income, and are just using eBay as a way to gain just a little bit more finances throughout the month just to make it. And the reason why I bring that up is all this information that you're giving us is awesome. But for the elderly person that is doing this, I feel like it's be hard for them to find all this information out, or probably thinking about not doing eBay anymore because of all the AI scares them, or you know what I mean? So I think about that person, let's say Ken's mother, breakdancing Judy. How old is breakdancing Judy?
81.
See?
Now, did you sell or buy on eBay?
No, neither, because she can't understand it. She doesn't know how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is, so I just looked, the demographic skew, thank you, AI. The largest demographic group is 35 to 64 years old, taking 61% of the users. So that doesn't say buyers.
It's still really big.
And here's the thing,
like 30 to 65. I mean, that's like a whole generation.
I have family members that work in tech that are mid 50s that are developing products using AI. So, I mean, we've got 60-year-olds out here building AI tools. So it's really not that far off. I mean, because now when we were younger and we looked at 60, we thought, holy crap, that's old.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, it's not. And I say that as probably, I'm not 60, but I'm also not in my 40s.
Yeah, because you're 29.
29.
Yeah, I'm 29. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
But I think about so I'm 50, but I think about like when I was younger in my 20s, and 50 was freaking old, right? And me, I'm like, I feel like I'm just getting to a point in my life where I can absorb and learn so much more, and I can pivot faster. I don't know. So like when I used to think of 50 as old, it's really not. But
I think about those people because,
here,
like the retired people that are, just trying to make a little bit more cash, and they might not be able to gain all this information, all these skills and tips to help their business out, and they've just been doing it the same way they've been doing it since they're retired.
Yeah. Well, and I think that that's true for life, like anything in life, right? Yeah. So when you think about those sellers, and I do think about them because this is a great way for them to supplement income, whether it be I mean, there's just so many reasons that the retired population would sell. And I know, and I'm friends with a lot of them, right? I will always say, like, when I first started in eBay, there was a seller who happens to be older than Kathy Terrell. And I happened to meet her at a conference, and she's like, come here, I want you to come to this luncheon. And I'm like, but I'm nobody. She's like, come on, come to this lunch. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like really, and I can't say that like she took me, but she like was like here. And I'm like, I'm learning all of this stuff from people that are older. So I think that they still have it. It's a great way to do it. But as with anything in the world, if we're not willing to learn something new, no matter your age, you could get left behind. Look, I'm in the car buying process right now, and I realize that when it comes to cars, I'm an old soul. I'm like, where are my damn buttons? Where's my knob? I don't want anything on an iPad. I want to push and turn.
Yeah. Turn my volume.
I don't want it to stop when I stop at a light. So
right.
Now
That's
I'm like,
stupid.
I'm telling you, I have probably one of the worst rated vehicles that's coming up on 100,000 miles, and I don't want to get rid of it.
The Chevy Cruze.
I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee,
Oh.
but it's a 2015, and but it was the top of the line for the year. But anyways, I'm getting way off subject. But it goes in this way that I don't want to change, but if I want a new vehicle and if I want it to run, I'm going to have to give something up. And I think that even somebody in their 70s will recognize that.
You should just go with like a 87 Buick Regal.
That's what I need. Well, I need it to hold stuff.
Yeah.
Hold as much as my Jeep.
Just get you one of them cyber trucks. Liz going down in those
things are garbage.
Polygon cars.
No.
Okay, and I'm also have a budget.
Yeah. Every time I see one of those cars, I just think of like how narcissistic the person that is driving it is.
It looks like a dumpster on wheels.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this guy, he's got to be a tool.
Yeah.
You know. But you had a question, Ken.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's following up with your stuff, Ray. I think it makes a big difference of when that person is starting to sell on eBay. If they're starting right now, that is the tools and that's the way that they are. So that's what they're going to learn with these advanced things. For those of us that have been selling for a while, or, you know, even grew up when there wasn't computers, yeah, I don't like, it's like, I don't want to learn that new stuff. I don't want to change. But because I liken that to my mother is so impressed with her little grandchildren or her great grandchildren that can get a pad or a phone and they can go to an app and they can do this. And they're like, and my mother struggles with things being older, you know, basic stuff on the phone. And she's like, these kids are so smart these days. Well, not really. That's just what they have. That's what they learn. That's where it's at. And so if an older generation or people that are retiring, if they're starting right now, the tools are the tools. That's how you learn. And they are using the most advanced AI stuff. So I think it's, relative to when a person starts reselling. Or, well, Liz, you've said a number of times, there might be processes or things you would mention like eBay Live. It's like, well, I'm not going to study that right now because in 3 months or 6 months or tomorrow, it changes so quickly. If you sold on eBay a year ago and you go to pick it back up and start selling on eBay now, it's totally different.
Yeah, totally one thing that I always say is like, when I talk to people are like, how do you know this? And I'm like, I don't know it. I learned it over 23 years. Like we started so basic, right? And then we got to learn with we just got to learn little by little. We got breadcrumbs, right? Yeah. People coming on the site now, no matter their age, this is a lot. Like it is a lot for somebody just starting. To where us, it's just second nature because it's just always been this way. And they're just adding more. And what's one more thing, right?
Yeah. They're like, how many item specifics do I have to fill? Like, what is this?
Trust, and I get it. I understand why they're there and I do as much as I can, but it doesn't mean I enjoy it. It doesn't mean I like it. It doesn't mean that I'm.
Well, some of the categories, some of those item specifics they don't seem to be relative to the category. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to fill that out because it's not relative to my item. But then it shows up in the listing of add item these items still need specifications to them. Now I
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
that they took that off of the app where it shows up every time, and they took that off of or it might be someplace different on the main page of the Seller Hub.
Seller Hub and my app has changed like overnight. Literally, it updated and things changed. But yeah, even the app has changed.
It almost seems like, that listing, if you're not filling out all the item specifics, it almost feels like, oh, that one doesn't get preferential, positioning or push or whatever.
And like Liz's point earlier, you want to give it as much information as possible for you to be, for the item to succeed in the search and whatever.
Some things are not relative to the item. Okay, for example, let me just give one silly example that I do.
Yeah.
Like when you have, if you're listing hats, one of the things in hats, and I don't know what they want in a specific that says capacity.
I can tell you. Cowboy hats.
Okay, please.
Cowboy hats. They're measured by I know I'm going to get it wrong, but they have a capacity. Certain cowboy hats have a capacity.
Well, but I'm
what
not.
do you mean by what does that mean?
Cowboy
hat.
Let me look it up.
Well, she's saying that if you're listing a cowboy hat, it has a capacity, and that's where you'd fill that in. But I'm listing, trucker hats, baseball hats, that sort of stuff.
So you just need to find out what the capacity is.
I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
So, and I just knew it was like something with cowboy hats. So a 10-gallon, so a capacity, if you're listing cowboy hats, and let's say you have a 10-gallon and it's marked that, it doesn't mean it holds 10 gallons of liquid. It refers to the Spanish word galon, which means a decorative hat band and signifies the hat's tall crown could fit such bands, and it's not water holding capacity. So they use that, like what's the capacity for accessories. It's going to be very few. If I'm listing a beanie, I'm not putting capacity. Another one right along that same line that I didn't realize until I went to go in coats and jackets, it asks for the warmth or something, or the weight. But what it is it's referring to the down filling. So when you buy a down coat, it could be 300, 700, 500.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only time I'm going to use that.
But if you're not, so if you're not listing.
I heard that.
How about them
apples?
apples?
The 10-gallon hat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, maybe it was. But if you're not listing a down coat and you don't have the weight because it's not applicable, it still marks it as an item that hasn't filled out all the specifications. Now, I know there is that when you go to do the thing, it says, ignore this or don't show me this warning again. But I often feel like that listing isn't getting the preference, or better treatment because I don't have them all filled out. And so my capacity, just for fun, when I'm listing a trucker hat or something, and it says capacity, I just put one head at a time.
Yeah. So here's the thing. That's not going to hurt you. But think about this. I'll give you this. And this is something that was explained to me. And I was like, and it made this is what clicked with me. If you leave it blank, it's okay. And the reason being is it doesn't apply. So if somebody's looking for a trucker hat, they're not going to use that search filter because remember, your item specifics go to search filter. They're not going to search for capacity because it doesn't matter.
Which is maybe why eBay has not made that so prominent on the app and on your Seller Hub front page of these need item specifics. And there was, it was constantly punching you right in the face. And I didn't, I felt as though that I wasn't doing my job correctly because I had, 300 listings or whatever it was that didn't have all of the item specifics. It's like, okay, eBay, quit reminding me. I know. But unless I go into every one individually, it doesn't give me a chance to click that tick box that says, don't show me this again. How about letting me go in and globally say, okay, I've addressed this. I've opened these listings up under your filter. Let me just ignore this warning on everything.
Right.
And maybe they have done some of that and they're not putting as much stock because I don't see that on my
that was
app.
a big thing. It was a big thing. And that's like when it rolled out, that wasn't their intention. They're like, we're just recommending it. But they put it so far in our face. And I think that enough sellers spoke up about it. Like, we don't care. And here's another thing. Think about Brendan. He goes through and he does that. He's relisting his items every 2 weeks. He's going to get it every 2 weeks anyway. You're relisting every 30 days. It's going to pop right back up.
And it does that. You might go through and do them all. And if you didn't change it, when your item just automatically relists every 30 days, here it comes again. Right. And it's just like, so anyway, that's my rant.
I get it. Think about this too, because as a buyer, I always say, as a seller, go through and make it. It's easy. Guilty. It's so easy to open Amazon because we have Prime accounts and we all order a bunch of crap from Amazon. I've made it a point to buy more on eBay or whatever sites, right? But like, be a buyer. Search for household stuff, not like shipping supplies or whatever, or things for your business. Things like, I don't know. I needed a
shaving cream.
Yes. Oh yeah. I saw the sale last week, but like it was some part for my car. I just needed to replace it. And I was able to go in and I was like, I can go to the auto parts store or get it delivered tomorrow from Amazon, but I want to be a buyer. And I would never buy auto parts online because I don't know, but they made it really easy and it fit and it arrived. But I got to experience, like, what am I going to filter? Like, what's important to me as a buyer? I needed a pair of jeans and I didn't know what kind of jeans I wanted, right? I'm like, what if I just want a pair of flare jeans? What do I look for? I want them to be 100% cotton, right? Because not everybody's brand shopper, and that's getting down to that. But I'll give you this. So think like a buyer. What I noticed in a lot of listings, people like sellers filling out item specifics, not applicable, not applicable, not applicable, not applicable. And we hear that a lot. Or making up their own because they feel like eBay is yelling at them to fill in item specifics. This is
one head at a time.
If I'm shopping on desktop, that item specific field gets so long because there's just so much NA or stuff that it doesn't matter. I don't even see the description. And on mobile, the same thing. They're never going to get to the description because there's so much NA or just stuff that doesn't pertain to the item. And I think that's why I think when eBay first came out with these years ago, is it was pushed to fill them out. And they had that little circle with a lightning bolt, like, yay, you're making progress. And everybody felt that I needed to have like a full thunderbolt. They did away with that because they realized, that wasn't our intent. And I think that was the same thing with, like, you have 1,700 recommended item specifics to fill. No, I don't.
It's like, what the crap?
Like, I literally mentally blocked that. I didn't even realize that it was gone from my app and I don't have it. Like, I didn't even realize that because I had mentally blocked it out. I'm like, I know that when I list, I'm doing what I can. Now, if something hasn't sold in 6 months and I go to delist it, I'm like, what did I do? Like, did I not put whatever? What I think is really cool on eBay item specifics, and I think some sellers don't know what it means or they just overlook it, is next to each item specific, it has a number next to it. That number is the amount of times that filter has been clicked by buyers in the last 30 days. The higher the number, the more relevant that item specific is.
Oh, wow. That's great info.
So sometimes it may be like, I don't know, character might only have 16,000 hits, but color may have 2 million. Well, now I know color. I need to fill that out because people are using that. So take your category, whatever it may be. And if you're listing on eBay or, or on the app, I don't think I've ever created a listing on the app, but I would assume that it's on the app and we can test it. That it's going to have that number. So you can, if your time is limited and you're like, no, I'm only going to fill out the 5 most important. Awesome. Do it. But with that, that's this is a very unpopular opinion. Very unpopular opinion. You guys are going to burn me at the stake. I refuse to do sell similar.
Why is that?
How come?
Okay. I gotta go. I'm done.
Okay. If I gotta go,
we talked about this, and why is this about the difference? What? Why?
I can create a listing faster using my own item specifics than checking the work of another seller. Now, the comeback to that is always, but their items sold. Well, yeah,
Yes.
it is. Their items sold. What's their social media following? What's their feedback? What's their sales velocity? What's their pricing? What's their shipping? What's their return policy? What's their seller history? There's so much that goes into it just besides that item sold. I might go through, so I know that there's a seller that sells similar items to me. They have a bazillion feedback. They may have the same item that I do, but they might have 700 of them and they're selling them for 75% of what I want to sell them for. They're going to sell out in a week. And that opens up the market for me for some of the items that I sell. So just because they sold it doesn't mean that their listing was right. It means that they have a customer base that I may not have.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it takes me longer to go through and make sure that those item specifics are correct because I don't want that not as described, right? If I do sell similar, I may do it on my own sold listings. That's the only exception.
That's what I
because
That's what I thought you were talking about, but you mean as listing, you don't go find somebody else's and sell similar. Okay, I understand that point. I use a lot of sell similar.
It doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that's the reason I don't do it. Because there's plenty.
Now, have you heard? I know that's and sorry to interrupt you, Liz, but is that just your thing, or is it something that you've heard from, let's say, an eBay employee or a programmer?
No, that's 100% on me. Because I found myself doing sell similar and it was taking me so much longer than just creating a damn listing. I'm like, because I sit there and I just tab. I don't lift my fingers or I'll just dictate. Right. And so for me to go through sell similar, and if they have lavender instead of purple, if they have size S, like let's just say a hoodie, sometimes they'll be like a size small, medium. They'll have small/medium. Well, that's not going to show up in a filter. So I have to check all of this work. Yes, their item sold. I don't know if their item got returned. I don't know if they got a not as described. I don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. And that was just me thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do my own. I've got a system down. But it's something to think about when you sell similar. If you do that from other people's listings, make sure that you're checking those item specifics because we're not doing apples and apples. Okay. Even on the same item.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, I know that we're coming out of 2 hours. So Liz, thank you so much for your time.
I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
Well, this will probably be, I'm going to probably break this up into 4 parts.
I feel like
this week it'll be heavy Liz.
I feel like I attended eBay Open now that I
do.
But I wanted to
watch those. Watch those. I'm serious because I didn't even scratch the surface.
Is it eBay Open on YouTube, or how are you just finding it under eBay?
Liz sent me the playlist. I'll make sure to put it down in the description so people can watch it. But before we do get out of here, I want to give a chance for Ken, Joe, and Brendan to, if you have any questions pertaining to what we've talked about or what tips and tricks or something that we can, help our businesses, go ahead and ask away before we can get Liz out of here.
Well, I just follow up on just the last thing Liz was saying about how she creates her own listings and stuff, and that you have your own system. Do you use templates at all? Because you do a lot of clothing and stuff. Do you use templates to have that base information in there already?
I do. So
you're not totally starting from new. It's call this template, go. Okay.
Right. So I might have one like women's tops new with tags. So the category will be selected, the condition will be selected, and then as I type in the title, we can just fill it in from there. But the basics will be there. My shipping will be pre-filled.
Yeah.
But that's a great question. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I got punched in the face with so much info today.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I'm covered.
I messaged asking measurements to your things, and I haven't got a response yet. So
okay, so let's see what that looks like. I'm glad you said
there's
that.
2 of them that I sent.
Oh yeah, let me make you.
Well, let's see what it says. What are the measurements?
Joe, you know why? It's because you got blocked instantly.
Oh, dang it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You accidentally sent feet pics.
Oh well, you sent me questions about measurements on 2 items that don't have measurements.
Ah, see, that's why. See,
I was wondering if the baby, the first one, I was like, okay, there's probably no measurements. And then I did the baby clothes and I thought, well, maybe there's measurements on that.
Here's the thing. My exception to the rule is I don't put measurements in baby clothing.
Okay.
I don't. Maybe I should. I don't know.
It's like 2T, newborn.
Yeah.
even if it's vintage. Like-
If it's vintage, I will.
Yeah.
But like this is all like new with tags, run of the mill.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had somebody send me.
Gosh.
Okay.
gosh.
I just sent you one.
So here's
for
this, and I
shirts.
don't know if you guys
All
can
right.
see this. Let's see. Let me.
Yep, that's the one I just sent.
So I don't. Yeah.
The shirt. There you go.
So he says, what are the measurements? And this is what eBay AI. So I can either dismiss it or edit and send.
So it says, hey, the measurements are 21 underarm to underarm and 27.5 inches shoulder to hem. I hope this helps. And that's created by the AI for the people
that's
that
the
are
AI
listening and
bot.
not watching.
Yep. And I can hit edit. I'm
Yeah,
going to
see,
have to do that. And then it opens up the text box and I can just type in, thanks, Liz.
See,
Just type in simmer
did
down,
that.
Joe.
Yeah,
If I
right.
wanted
Settle
to, I
down.
don't have to. And then I can just send that. I didn't have to go look at the item. It just
Right.
brought that up for me.
That's
Very cool.
amazing.
I like
would-
that.
See, I would add
like
mine to
that
say,
feature.
I would just add mine to say I don't care. Goodbye.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
And there's a response.
The response.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I like this because
Yeah, I do like
I
that.
have actually, it has come up and asked me about that. Use the AI assistant, okay, for that, and I have not done it because in my brain I think about the AI description that AI wants to do, and it gives you like 3 paragraphs for something that needed like 2 sentences.
Yep.
And so it's like I just dismiss it each time, but thank you for that. And Joe, for that live demonstration, I definitely will start using that
Yeah.
tool.
I thought the same thing. So when they came out with this and they showed, oh, you can edit it and then say, I was like, oh, sold. Okay. I don't want it responding for me yet,
Yes.
Now, Ken brought up the AI description on the items. Is that beneficial if we use that or not?
I didn't
guess
know
it
that.
depends on what you're selling,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? Like there's no
Yeah.
like nobody has ever said that there's like an algorithmic advantage to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, it just so repeats itself
Yeah.
like it within those, couple of paragraphs.
Well, I don't know if like maybe like Liz was saying, like in the algorithm it helps it
Yeah.
do something.
But I will say that there are times I will, and I don't know about eBay AI. I love eBay. I don't like their AI description builder at all. It could be my
Yes.
category. Like if I was selling a book and it was all up front and it was in the catalog, I'd probably use it, right? Because it could have come up with keywords that maybe Google
Mhm.
or in the future that, what do we call it? What is it called?
Agentic.
Agentic search could end
I
up
wrote that
picking it
down.
up, right? So there could be keywords in there. So we were sitting there and I was showing this, there's a meetup leader in Denver and she's like, man, I'm getting so excited about AI. I was like, well, have you used Gemini to create listings? We sat there before, eBay's gonna hate me for this. I don't care.
Come on.
So as we're sitting there and eBay's on stage talking about how great their magical listing tool is and AI descriptions, I uploaded 6 pictures of a pair of shoes into Gemini and I have a shortcut prompt saved in Apple. And I think it's eBay Descript. And it'll type out this prompt. And my prompt is so simple. It's create an eBay listing using these pictures. Make a title as close to 80 characters as possible. Give me an easy to read item description with bullet points. Make it under 500 characters. Add SEO rich keywords. Enter. That thing had me a title and description with keywords. And it was spot on before eBay could finish their presentation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
There's
It seems like it's overkill. I'm not going to use it for my $20 items, but I come across things. I'm like, I don't even know how to list this. I don't know what keywords people are looking for. That's where it's beneficial.
Mm.
There-
Yeah.
Ray, there's the title for the video. eBay hates her for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unveiling eBay
I
secrets.
know.
Kid,
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what's
get
funny?
somebody like, will you come test this?
Yeah, I've used a lot of AI to create video titles and descriptions to where it's
Yeah.
like, make this SEO, YouTube, Google friendly to find, and it seems to be working.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated, or I mean, it could be if the more you know it. I'm a novice. I don't know like how half this stuff works. I just know it's there and that it can help.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm gonna get a call, be like, will you test this out?
Yes, I love it. I love
But
it.
for
But
now,
Liz, thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on. This has been amazing. Again, I'm going to break this up into 4 parts. So it's going to be a heavy Liz here
I'm
this
sorry.
week on the Nashville Flippers
It's gonna be a
channel.
Liz month.
The Liz week, if you will.
Yeah.
So
I told you.
Liz, before we get out of here, is there anything else that you failed to mention that you want to make sure that the listeners know about?
No, really, I just want to go again and say, take all this information, put it live in your business. And when you hear stuff, instead of just stopping or starting, test it. Test
Test
stuff in
it.
your store, because all 5 of us here can do something different and it still works for us.
Correct.
That's correct.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow Liz on all of her
This week.
eBay testing adventures. Everything will be listed down below. Liz Colorado Reworn. So yeah, anything else for the people, Liz?
Nothing. Have a great week. Go sell.
You
There you
too.
go. My name is Ray.
I'm Brendan, I guess.
I'm Joe.
I'm Ken.
That's kind.
And we'll catch you guys on the flip side. See y'all and God bless. Peace.